Doug, I ask you first, who has more to prove, Dak or Garrett?
I think it's Dak. Look, they're going to be forever tied at the hip, right? As Dak struggled this year before the trade was made, it looked like both were going down a path of, hey, maybe they need another quarterback or maybe they need a head coach. You win 10 games, which is the third time in 5 years they've won 10 games. They only had one bad season since he's been head coach. That's when both Tony Romo and Des Bryant both got hurt in the exact same year. So I think he saved his job. He'll be good there, and he showed that he understood his team. It's a run-oriented, defensive-oriented team that on third down, they allowed Dak to roll out and now find his new weaponry. But for Dak Prescott, he wants quarterback money in the offseason, right? He's been paid at a level not commensurate with the starting quarterback of the Cowboys. The best way to do that is show us you're a franchise quarterback. Show us you can win in the postseason, not just in the regular season. I think they're tied at the hip, but if it's me, who's got more pressure to perform? I think it's Dak Prescott. He has yet to win a playoff game, and he lost at home to the Green Bay Packers, and he's playing for a next contract.
I'm with you on this one. I think Dak Prescott has more to prove, and the reason why is because Jason Garrett and Jerry Jones have placed all the personnel around him to be successful. And when you look at quarterbacks in this league, when do you make your money? It's in the playoffs. His rookie year, they went to the playoffs, nothing to prove. We're on our rookie run. Myself and Ezekiel Elliott and this Cowboy team, nobody knows who you really are, so we'll give you a pass. Now the pressure is mounting. Now we need you to step up, going up against a Seattle team with a Russell Wilson who we know is going to put on a show. We know what Russell Wilson can do. Can you be the reason why your team wins instead of your team having to support you?
No, Jeff, you guys, what you're missing here is it's Jason Garrett, and here's why. What did he just do in Week 17? He played most of his starters. He kept Zeke out. 2 years ago, guys, Jason Garrett, same spot, Week 17. Let's get our guys some rest. We'll play him a series. He knows the pressure's on. Jason Garrett has so much to prove here. If you think back to that Packers game, Gottlieb, what did Dak do? 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. He looked good. He wasn't the reason they lost that. The ill-equipped for facing the Packers right out of the gate, it's on Jason Garrett, that last playoff loss. Now he's got to show up this week. He's at home. He's favored. This is a spot he has to deliver a great game. We know Dak is a game manager. He's probably not a franchise guy. Jason Garrett, 8 years. It's time to win another playoff game.
Yeah, me and Jason are on the same page here. It's more pressure on Jason Garrett. It's Dak Prescott in his only playoff game as a rookie, balled out. They lost that game to the Green Bay. It wasn't his fault that they lost. What they did yesterday by sitting offensive lineman Ezekiel Elliott was showing Dak, when we need you, you can do it. Dak is flying high. He's feeling the way he played yesterday. Yeah, they're playing the Giants. It's not a big. He played great. He went down the field, made that great throw to Cole Beasley. It was a great catch, but it was a great throw on the run, moving to his left. Jason Garrett is 1-2 in the playoffs, and every other week during this season, it was, oh man, they need to get rid of Jason. Dak Prescott is what he is. He's going to get between $18 and $24 million a year, nothing more than that, in my opinion. He is what he is. He's proven if you give him a good team, he can get the job done. Jason Garrett hasn't proven, at least to me, that he can win big games in the playoffs and lead his teim where they need to go.
Yeah, Jason Garrett doesn't lead his team. He's not the quarterback of the football team, right?
He's a head coach.
Yeah, I understand that. And they did rework, his staff in the offseason, which put him clearly under pressure. But they're not getting rid of Jason Garrett. He just won 10 games, won the division, saved the season. And I think what you saw, based upon their ability to run the football, especially you lose Travis Frederick for the year to start the year. Like, this thing was a mess. It's a mess. And Jason, you said they went for it yesterday. Like, no, they didn't. They didn't play Zach Martin.
Well, he was injured. He's injured. They had to hold him out, but they played their starters.
No, they
played
didn't.
Leighton Vander Esch, Amari Cooper.
Here's what they did.
They had to run their starters out there. He had to change it up.
No, he wanted to win 10 games because he knows he wins 10 games, he wins his league, he's good. He wins his division, he's good. Nobody's messing with him. Dak, as you point out, I agree with you. He's like $18, $20 million. I feel good, but tell Dak Prescott that. He's like, look, I've been making a couple $100,000 here playing as quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. He's thinking, I want Kirk Cousins plus money.
If he wants Kirk Cousins plus money,
then what's he have to do?
Hey, they always
ball out in the playoffs per Greg Jennings. He's right.
I don't care who you are. When you watch the Dallas Cowboys, when you watch any game this weekend, are you going to say, man, their coach better win this game? No, you're going to say these guys have to step up and play. And when we look at the playoffs alone, We understand and we know if your quarterback is not willing to step up and make big plays, you are quicker to exit than the guys who
We
have
all
a
know
quarterback.
it's down to players.
TJ, I love how everybody wants to toss these quarterbacks out. Oh, let's get rid of him. Okay, Ryan Tannehill's going to hit the market. Nobody wants
Nobody's
him. Joe
getting rid
Flacco.
of
There's
him.
so many quarterbacks around the league. There's no way they're making a move on
It's
Dak
always
Prescott.
on the players.
Jason,
Now,
you're-
don't get me wrong. It's always on the players are the ones that go out there and play. They got to. Jason Garrett has been in Dallas a long time. Dak Prescott has played well when given he had. If it's about wins, no quarterback has won more than him in the first 3 years of their career. Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody.
Let me just ask you this: who do you think wins, Seattle or Dallas?
Dallas.
Why?
Just because their defense is that strong. Their
But remember,
defense.
you didn't say because of
Seattle-
quarterback, right?
Seattle-
But I would
defense.
say the only reason you would pick Seattle, who has an equally outstanding running game with Chris Carson, right, over 1,000 yards rushing, but the only reason you would pick Seattle would be because of the quarterback situation, correct? You go like, well, Russell Wilson, I think,
100%.
which shows the question he asked was who has more to prove, and Dak Prescott has more to prove.
So the
Wait,
Cowboys
Pete
win
Carroll-
this game and the defense carries them. You're gonna say Dak Prescott did that? If the Cowboys win this game and the defense
Well,
shuts,
it depends how the game goes. But yes. But like, look, if you watch the Cowboys, they have a great defense and they have a good running game.
Pete Carroll versus Jason Garrett is a bigger mismatch than Russell Wilson versus Dak Prescott.